Hi. So finally, this is another episode of mine. After much thought, so I thought I'll call it hypocrisy. The entire news right now around India, you look at it. There's so much hypocrisy going on, and hypocrisy means it doesn't make sense. Whatever is happening doesn't make sense, and I find it highly disturbing that I had to say all this today. I could fall in trouble maybe, but you know, whatever. The first example that comes to our mind is, obviously what's happening in Mumbai, the city where everybody, famous lives. Everybody in Mumbai are most famous personalities. So what happens is Shah Rukh Khan's son gets arrested due to the supposed drug case. So what should have happened was Shah Rukh Khan's son, Shah Rukh Khan, and his lawyers should have seen what happened. If they needed to do a corrective action, they could have done it. No problem. Maybe it's a mistaken case of identity. These things happen. It could happen to me. It could happen to you. I'm not a celebrity, so difference. But what happens is after Saruk Khan's son gets arrested, a minister in the Maharashtra government, he's the minority minister, I don't know how, he gets involved, big time. His main job is saying that the investigating officer is a crook. That's his job, apparently. I don't know if he's getting paid for that. And how much, even I don't know. So, the investigating officer is a crook. This is the proof. Then we all know the NCP's boss has involvement with the underworld. I have read in many news reports and seen many discussions on TV. But somehow there is a connection between the underworld and the NCP, the whole of NCP, the boss of NCP, okay, Sharad Pawar. So what happens is Mr. Nawab Malik, the minority minister of Maharashtra, his job is coming on television and talking about BJP, and BJP obviously has to react. Now my problem is Mr. Nawab Malik. What exactly is his problem? He is a cabinet minister, not a spokesperson, but he has to come on TV and keep saying this. Doesn't make sense at all. Even I went on in my mind, I was thinking like if I go to Bombay, I don't want to go right now. But if I go to Bombay and if I do something wrong, it could be anything. Huh? It could be, I don't know, something illegal. You know what I'm going to do if I do something illegal in Bombay? I'm going to say that I'm now Malik's best friend. And if I say that and I'm sure Bombay police will like, better you go, I'm sorry. Now, this is another thing. The Mumbai government last time this year went on a tirade against Arnab Goswami. They arrested him, they dragged him out of his house, and what happens is all those wonderful personalities who tried to, make Arnab look bad, they are facing lots of, karma hitting out back at them. Anil Deshmukh, then Home Minister, rest in peace, I don't know what's happening to him. Paramil Singh, God knows wherever he is facing hell. Sachin was it, wonderful time. And the whole Maharashtra government, from the chief minister to the last officer in line, they are facing flack. No one likes them, seriously, no one falls in love with them anymore. Uday Thackeray has lost his image. His son, Aditya, I don't know whatever happened to him. If they wanted to give a good government to Maharashtra, that's no longer possible. His own people. Sanjay Raut and Nawab Malik, people like these people are their own enemy. Whether Thackeray wants to find out his enemies, they are right sitting with him. So unless they, fire him or fire these people out, he is doomed to be known as the worst CM that Maharashtra has ever had. Ever had. History will never forgive this fellow to be whatever he is doing today, as of now. He's silent while his so-called minority minister is going overboard, and he'll fall in trouble because of this. Hypocrisy number two, Salman, Khurshid, whatever his name is, so so-called law minister in the time of the UPA. Now, I really don't understand why he got the position at all. Because what the UPA under the Congress party did was illegal in every sense. I mean, these people did not follow law. They had these biggest scams on the planet. And what did this fellow say? He says that I think Hindu people are like Boko Haram and God knows ISIS and whoever. Are you crazy, Mr. Salman Rashid? I don't know whether he'll watch it, but are you really crazy? I mean, something hanging around as Rahul Gandhi may make you demented. I think I know that. I know some people who are in the inner circle of Rahul Gandhi. They actually know me personally. Okay, so but I'm just saying that if you hang around with a person like Rahul Gandhi, you might lose your mind. You might, or you will. The thing is, you will. Even if you're senior or you're junior than before Rahul Gandhi, you're mad. End of story. Salman Khurshid is one of such Congress party leaders who's gone mad. There was a guy in Kerala a couple of years back. It's a Shashi Tharoor. His name is Shashi Tharoor. He went on a tirade against Hinduism. He said Hindu Taliban. Here the guy who said Hindu Taliban. Arey, why understand something? Hindus don't bomb anybody. Go in any part of the world. Hindus don't bomb anybody. Okay. World Trade Center attack in America. Who did it? Mr. Osama. Was he a Hindu? Obviously not. Why do politicians go around, saying that Hindus are bad? I don't understand. There is other guy, I forgot his name. I think it's Akhilesh Yadav and his friends. They are also friends of Rahul Gandhi. Understand that. Last election, Rahul Gandhi and Akhilesh were riding the bicycle together. And nowadays, pata nahi what happened. He sees Jinnah, she's a great personality. Now his party member comes and says that Jinnah should have been the prime minister. It's all about Jinnah. Are why Jinnah was a crazy person by the end. By the end, he is losing his mind because he wanted to become the prime minister. And nobody in their right mind would have made him prime minister. Reason? By the end of his days, Jinnah, from whatever I read, had gone typically radicalized. See, you should understand something. Jinnah was not exactly a proper Muslim in any count of it. If you read the book Freedom at Midnight, and from the book that I quote, Jinnah wanted to have a feast on August 14, 1947. So someone had to remind him that Jinnah ji, we can't have a feast because this is Ramadan. You'll understand what I'm saying. And Jinnah wanted to give a feast in the middle of Ramadan. And in Ramadan, the fasting hours are there and you have to respect it. So Jinnah did not know that. Jinnah had a lavish life in when he was in UK, and alcohol, pork, all that Western stuff. I'm not saying that's all is bad, but when you live in a certain environment, you get influenced by that, and He wanted to bring all that to Pakistan, apparently. Apparently. So this fellow, Jinnah, he was educated. He came to Pakistan, so-called the movement, and today we all know what Pakistan is famous for. If at all Jinnah became the Prime Minister of India, I don't know what would have happened to India. All these things that we see today in the great country called India would not have been there because Jinnah would have gone to war with almost everybody. There's nothing peaceful about the man. By the end end of 46, 47 and all, the guy went demented. We had the biggest violence in the Asian subcontinent because of direct action day. It all started, it's a cyclic events. The Mopla riots, Kerala, we all know. Even today, we are suffering because what happened in Mopla riots. What are Mopla riots? Some people had a problem with what was happening in Turkey. And from there, they started killing people in Kerala. Hindus in Kerala, especially the Hindus in Kerala, have been targeted. That was the first hypocrisy of the Congress because they call it a freedom movement. And the companies followed up with it and they keep, celebrating it on various television channels, talking about how great these Mopula people were. There's nothing great about these Mopula people at that time of history because I would call that the first Taliban movement in Asia. I call it personally. The Taliban in Afghanistan is nothing compared to what these people did in Kerala in 1921. They were the original terrorists and they still remain. The thoughts are there. There are nobody in Kerala who, if they say that I'm a fan of Mopla, right, and these people are these Talibani people living in a democracy like India. In Kerala, we have a problem radicalization. The Kerala government will, under any party like Congress or the left, will not reform these people. The Saudis reform their people. The Saudi government at a point of time they were caught unaware that a bunch of Saudi youth actually went and bombed karate planes into the biggest democracy power, that is United States of America in September 11. Whatever happened after that, now no Saudi guy will go and do that because the Saudi people had taken the vow that none of our youth will go. But in Kerala and I think some other very secular states, they're encouraging these people to go to Afghanistan. I'm saying this on record, even if I get in trouble. The hypocrisy is going on again and again. And there was an incident in Kerala. It was superb. It was, it's extremely wonderful that it happened. It's great. The freedom of dissent is what Rahul Gandhi keeps on talking about. The Congress is all about love, right? I love you, I love you. That is what Rahul Gandhi keeps saying. He went and hugging the Prime Minister also in the Parliament. Okay. What happened was there was an actor. He was stuck in the traffic jam. Why are the traffic jam created in Cochin? It was because the Congress was protesting against the fuel price rise. So it was a common people, for the common people, apparently. Now this actor, I will not say his name, this actor protested against the traffic jam because there was an ambulance near him which was stuck in the traffic jam, and he went and said, "What the hell are you doing? Let the ambulance go." And the Congress youth, apparently, I don't know the age, I don't think they're that young. They're like, "No, no, no, this is for the people. We can't just, do something special for you because you're facing some trouble." So this guy, the actor, went on, arguing and, you know, talks was going on, and then they started hitting each other or something. I don't know who did it, but still, what happened is this actor actor was targeted on social media. His car is broken. His reputation is damaged. And even today, the Congress party is on a rampage saying that this actor cannot be put in this film. They decide what is freedom of expression also now. Expression has no freedom under the Congress party. We all know. Rahul Gandhi is not commented on this. Rahul Gandhi is quiet. As usual, Rahul Gandhi is very quiet when something crazy happens. Kerala saw this in early days of November. No one commented on it. Then we saw Akhilesh Yadav. No one is commenting on it. This is all is hypocrisy. And finally, we have a spokesperson from the All India Muslim, whatever, I don't know his party name, Waris Patan, great personality. He says that why ancestors chose to live in India. Great. He claims that his party, led by Mr. Awesi, is a very secular party. Last time, Mr. Waris Patan said that I'm very secular and said Ganapati Bappa Moria. He got a warning from Mr. Awesi. Does anybody remember that? Everything that these people from the opposition do are pure hypocrisy. From Shashi Tharoor, who studied in Oxford, then Salman Khurshid, he became the law minister. The entire government of Maharashtra, okay, and even Kerala. The wonderful hypocrisy that's happening in Kerala is supposedly the Kerala state is so poor it can't reduce the tax on diesel and petrol. And there was a hartal of the state bus union. There's so many things that happen, but these people do brainwash their cadre to a certain extent that logic is dead under these people. Logic is not there anymore. There's no logic. No one can say to call up and Rahul Gandhi and say that, sir, you are living in a fool's paradise. No one does that. And trust me, I know people who hang around Rahul Gandhi in his circle. I actually know some people, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I don't know. But the thing is, we hang around with dumb people, you become dumb. That has happened to Mr. Salman Khashoggi, that's what happened to him. He was hanging around Rahul Gandhi, he became dumb. End of story. So, this is what I need to talk about hypocrisy. If anything is wrong, just comment on it. Let me know. Okay.